When the electoral body IEBC convened the National Elections Conference, the agenda was simple: to iron out any arising issues ahead of the August 8th polls. But with the opposition having issued a 21 days ultimatum to the electoral body to ensure it gets rid of dead voters in its register, President Uhuru Kenyatta took the opportunity to warn politicians against such rhetoric.
When Solomon encountered the two women who both claimed to be mother of the baby, one woman insisted that the baby should be cut into two halves. Let me say that no politician should be allowed to insist that they have the country or else they destroy it.
NASA issued the ultimatum after audit firm KPMG recommended the removal of 92,000 dead voters and indicated that a possible 1 million others could be dead. But for President Uhuru Kenyatta, such ultimatums indicate intimidation of the electoral body. President Kenyatta is instead calling for political tolerance across the political divide, noting that despite IEBC being a public body which should be accountable to Kenyans, it needs a conducive environment to execute its mandate.
For the IEBC to be bolstered by the independence they need to maintain credibility and ensure vital public trusts, they must be given space to operate. We must not be chipping at its body with constant negative rhetoric that undermine its credibility in the court of public opinion.
NASA presidential flag bearer Raila Odinga saying that IEBC has ignored concerns raised by stakeholders, acts that he says have dented its credibility.
As we hope, pray and cross our fingers for free, fair and credible elections, we have seen a worrying inability by the IEBC to enforce the electoral code of conduct.
Odinga claims the award of ballot printing tender to Dubai firm Al Ghurair was predetermined and in bad faith.
The IEBC ignored our concerns and the findings of the court and re-awarded the tender to Al Ghurair Printing and Publishing Company. This development is ill-advised and unfortunate. It casts a dark shadow which could have been avoided over the credibility of the August elections.
Stakeholders who addressed the opening ceremony of the conference called on IEBC to play its part in ensuring a free and fair election.
The country needs more information on what technology the IEBC intends to use in the elections and craves evidence-based assurances that the technology will work and is accountable.
Chief Justice David Maraga says even though the judiciary was not expecting petitions on the presidential elections, the Supreme Court was up to the task should their intervention be required.
My prayer is that none of them comes to the judiciary at the end of the elections. But if any of them comes, I want to assure them and the entire nation that the Supreme Court is ready and will deal with the petition or petitions that will come before it on the basis of the law and the evidence placed before the court.
The National Elections Conference brings together stakeholders from the EACC, IEBC, civil societies and politicians to iron out issues arising before the August 8th polls. Now, with only 55 days remaining to the next general elections, President Uhuru Kenyatta says he will concede defeat should he lose in the battle. However, he's still asking Kenyans to maintain peace ahead of the August 8th general elections. Reporting for KBC Channel 1, I'm Roncliffe.